You are live.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Show it again. There we go. Did she get Janet from BBB on there or just Shara?
The angle looks weird on that.
The camera?
Yeah.
Because we get like this weird light. You're in the spotlight.
I think it's because it's the overcast or something.
Yeah, it seems darker in here anyway. Hey, Dad. Good morning.
Hi, Ace.
Hi, Nicole and Barbara.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Amanda. Hey, Kenrick. We're coming out tonight. Are you open tonight?
I would go, but tonight's Michael's birthday. I can't go.
I know.
tonight. If it's something you decide to do, let me know.
I will. I told him I want to get him on too. All right,
Hi,
we'll be there.
Amanda.
All right. Hello, Eliza.
Ready?
Yep. Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
Making messes over there.
I just flipped a switch and it wanted to fall on its own.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. Good morning to all of you watching also.
Yes.
We already have quite a few people tuning in on Facebook Live. And just a reminder, you can do that every day. And while it says live, if you miss it or you're at work and you can't watch, but you're still curious about something we may have discussed, you can go back later and watch it either on my Facebook page or you can go to MonsterMediaYuma.com, click on the Today in Yuma tab at the top, and then you will find that daily show, the link right there. You can watch it from our website.
Yes, and if you have any questions or comments, even if it's later on in the day, go ahead and post them because, if we don't already know the answer, we will try and find that answer for you. We usually can shoot a quick email over to whichever guest it was and find out the answer to your question.
Now, speaking of guests, we have two coming up on the show. We originally had Janet Torricellas with the Better Business Bureau on, needed to reschedule, but she's back on. She'll be here at 9:15.
Perfect.
And I got some information from her this morning about buying tickets for the playoff game or the big game, and she'll talk about that too. But we're going to discuss the most commonly complained about industries in Yuma County, the types of businesses that are usually under the most scrutiny for different things that BBB gets complaints about. And then we have Shara Merten with the Yuma Community Food Bank. Now, I know
we haven't seen her in a while.
No, she's busy. I know she'd been under the weather, and so many people have this bug that is going around. And we want to just encourage you, if you are experiencing fever, especially fever, stay home if you can. Some people say, well, I can't or I have to be there. Okay, well then I'm going to carry Lysol around with me.
Yes.
as nasty as these bugs are, it's keeping people down for a couple weeks at a time.
Exactly.
We don't want that.
And we don't got time for that.
And Teresa is like the wielder of the Lysol.
Yes, Clorox.
She's got Clorox wipes behind her, a big can of Lysol, and you can smell. If we Thursday we had a couple people with germies in here prior to the show, and I came in, I'm like, oh, I can cut it with a knife.
But you know what? The way I see it is, I try to do my best on doubling up on my vitamin C or tripling up on my vitamin C. My child goes to school, they bring home the germs. We wear many hats here. We do a lot of different things.
We can't afford to be out.
We cannot. And when we do get sick, we really get sick, So I do my best to try and stay healthy in that resort. And it's kind of hard when you have, people coming through with germs, or even in the store, I hear it and I run the other way, I know obviously if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. But, I try to do my best to try and keep that spread of germs.
Some of the retailers have the little wet wipes you can grab up front and wipe off your basket or something like that. They need masks.
I need a mask. I'm telling you. I seen the funniest thing, and I never thought about it when I went to the store the other day. Yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. Either way. this store didn't have any wipes. They must have been out. And somebody had went to the produce section and got the plastic bags and tied them where they would put their hands on the shopping cart and use that as their barrier from the shopping cart.
Well, that's smart.
And I was like, wow, that is pretty smart. And I'm one of the ones that will wipe it, on the handles and then go around because Eli will stand on the back of the cart. So I wipe the other side too. I try to wipe as much as I can, but I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Well, obviously carry hand sanitizer.
I think it's funny. I see the ones that will vigilantly wipe down the handle in the front, but when they pull it out, they grab the backside. And I've seen kids sit there and gnaw on it, whether they're teething or just bored.
Yeah.
And, because other people grab them by there, I know that germs have thus been spread.
Yeah, I know. I love that when Eli was born, I got this little thing, and I didn't know what it was. And then yeah, it's a cart cover.
Yeah.
So when you put the kids in the front, so that way it covers up the handle and all the way around them, so that if they are teething or whatever the case may be, they're chewing on the actual cover that goes onto the cart. You take it with you, put it in a diaper bag.
Those are awesome. And actually, Allison, I think she's still off this week from Arizona Western College. I think she had a business for those years ago.
Really?
And it's always after my need for it has passed.
Oh yeah.
Just different things. I'm like, that would have really come in handy for me.
I will carry one that is like Velcro and just put over the handle and put it in my purse. But
again, they didn't have them when Jace was a baby.
Even though I don't have a child, if it's just the one that just to protect my hands, especially during this flu season, it's gotten bad. I've seen we've had family members that have been sick. And it lasts weeks upon weeks, and it's like or
in the summer too. If it's too warm to touch,
that's worse
too.
Summer colds are the worst.
The establishments that end up wrapping cloth around the metal door handles so you can open it without getting 3rd-degree burns on your hands.
I
like those.
I drive a standard vehicle, and my shifter is metal.
Oh no!
So we usually get a. My sunglass case, and I'll put it over. Same thing in the wintertime. It gets so cold that I don't want to put my hand on it, so I'll use that. So I end up using it year-round because I don't want my hand to get cold or hot.
You remember months ago I talked about how we got these dash covers? We got them for each of our vehicles. Yeah. My Tahoe got a crack on the dash, so we went ahead and put them in there just because of the intense Yuma heat. Yeah. Anyway, helps the longevity of that. We're supposed to lay them out flat on, in a warm area, which gets some of the wrinkles out, which we did. Then we put them in the car. We finally actually attached it yesterday. And out of habit, I came up to a red light on Avenue B coming to work this morning. I instinctively put my hand out. Like my mom would put the hand out across whoever was in the front seat next to her. I used to put my hand out on the dash to hold that on. And it didn't slide off. There have been times Jason and I were driving in, and a couple weeks ago, and it did that. He just took it off, put it in the back seat.
Because you got tired of it sliding
around. Yeah, so I went out Saturday and said, I'm actually adhering this today. I think it's flat enough. Well, today is January 8th, and we have, I have a special birth to announce.
And I have a birthday, so go ahead.
Birthday.
Do the birth first.
My birth, I want to send a huge congratulations out to Jeremy and Karina Schofield. Aww. They welcomed baby Samuel yesterday. I think it was 3:48 in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
I think he was 7 pounds, 12 ounces. I don't remember exactly, but congratulations to them. This is their 3rd baby boy, and they make some absolutely adorable babies.
Well, happy birthday to baby Samuel.
Yes, welcome to this world. Now, who do you have?
I have, oh my goodness, my little brother is starting to make me feel old. Another one that's making me feel old. My little brother, Mike Lucero, we want to wish you a happy birthday. He turns, I said 33, but I was wrong. He's 32 today.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Yes, and and it's funny because two of our cousins, I was born on, I believe, on a day after his sister, and my brother and her brother were born on the same day. So Brian Lucero, I want to wish you a happy birthday as well. And Jessica Beckham, I want to wish you a happy birthday as well.
Well, your brother's starting to make you feel old. When I see the underclassmen that I went to school with, they were freshmen at the time, and I see the magic numbers that they're hitting. Wait a minute, no, that's not possible. You still envision them as 14-year-old freshmen. Well, Charity Judkins is celebrating a birthday today, and so is Jennifer Moon.
Aww.
We go back many, many years. Also, happy birthday to Lori Garcia and Tiffany Ryan. We hope you all have a wonderful birthday.
Yes.
You're celebrating your birthday on National Winter Skin Relief Day.
Oh, that's a good day.
And it's for us, I'm sure it's not as bad as it is for those individuals in the really cold parts of the country now. It dries, the cooler weather dries the skin out, but if you've been using heaters and stuff, that makes it worse. I've really been trying to slather the lotion on. Bare Naked Soap Co. has some great stuff, too, that keeps the skin hydrated a little bit longer. It's also National Bubble Bath Day.
Ooh.
And a little...
Another reason to go to Bare Naked Soap Co. today.
Exactly. Now, this is one of the commercial products, Mr. Bubble. We all know about Mr. Bubble.
I like the way Mr. Bubble smells.
I like that.
I think it reminds me
It's like childhood.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
really does, and it has not changed. It still smells
the same.
Yeah.
Well, do you know that Mr. Bubble has made multiple television appearances? Not just in commercials, but on TV shows.
No.
In Family Guy, The Simpsons, 1983 Eddie Murphy Delirious,
Okay.
1987 Gold Through the Fire, and the movie Ed back in 1996 starring Matt LeBlanc, and then Everybody Loves Raymond Season 3. So it's probably, now you have a lot of product placement because the advertisers are, technology's changing. You can fast forward through commercials or do different things, and they still want their product seen. So we'll be watching something like, oh, that was a blatant product placement right there.
You can tell. The ranch is pretty...
Yeah, especially with their
blatant
types of
theirs.
alcohol on there.
Yeah.
You know who the big sponsors are of that, or the vehicles they drive in the crime dramas.
And it's so funny because their voices almost change when they are grabbing that certain drink or whatever the case may be. Their voices almost change like they are trying to endorse it just a little bit more.
Speaking of which, I see you have a lovely new red mug you are holding this morning.
I do, and it's keeping my beverage nice and cold thanks to the wonderful Sandra and friends over at Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services.
That's right. She brought us some New Year goodies, and they included these wonderful mugs.
It's really big. I'm having to get used to it, but I like it.
Is it keeping your beverage hot or cold?
Very cold.
Okay.
Ice water today.
All right. Now, it's also National Joy Germ Day, and let me explain that. It recognizes National Joy Germ Day. It was created to remind people across the country that by being positive and treating people with kindness, they can influence those around them.
I like that kind
and
of germ.
pass that positive attitude on to others.
I like that kind
That's
of germ.
like Anita.
That one I will not use Clorox on.
The only germs you want are the joyful germs?
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's also National Argyle Day. I don't know that I've ever seen you wear anything Argyle.
I have one sweater, and I don't wear it very often.
Is it gray and black?
And with a little bit of pink in it.
There we go. All right. It's derived from the tartan of Clan Campbell of Argyll in western Scotland, and the pattern used for kilts and plaids, and from the patterned socks, I think, at least every household has one pair of the Argyle socks. They were worn by Scottish Highlanders, and they have been since at least the 17th century, and it's honored and recognized this year on January 8th.
Cool.
I do have an Argyle sweater also.
We should have wore it today.
And it's National English Toffee Day.
Oh, I have some at home. Should I bring it?
Yes, you should. Okay. You should.
Is that the ones you made?
Yeah.
Anita made some of the most delicious toffee candy.
She did.
She did. And two of my favorite candy bars are Heath bars and Score bars. So it was kind of reminiscent of that. SKOR. It's the same thing as chocolate and toffee.
Okay. I've never
and the little goodies that she made were good.
Pretty close.
All right. I will not be partaking in this next National Day. It's National Clean Off Your Desk Day. I got too much going on. I got a deadline. So
I'll clean it off, but I'm sure that the stuff will end up right back there by the end of the day.
If I clean it off, it will then be in piles on the floor. Because on my desk, it's organized by pile. But if you were to walk in, you're going to think, oh, my goodness.
It's funny because when you actually clean your desk, you can't find anything.
No, you can't. You can't.
You really can't.
That's why.
All right. Einstein did not have a clean desk.
No, he did not.
No,
but Einstein also couldn't find his way home.
A clean desk.
If I can't find my way home 3 minutes away, well,
what's the thing?
wrong.
An organized desk is the sign of a cluttered mind or something?
No.
Or am I backwards?
I think you're backwards.
Okay,
But either way, mine is not bad. But yeah, I will clean it off and then I will probably put it right back, like I said.
Well, we have more giveaways all throughout this week and next week, too. Some really cool concerts coming up at Cocopah Casino. This week, we are giving away tickets to Santana Ways, Tribute to Santana.
Ooh.
It will be the show will be on January 12th in the River Room at Cocopah Casino. We do have tickets. We are giving away a pair of tickets. All you need to do is text the keyword WIN, WIN, to the Monster message line. That number is 928 3430993. We will be picking not one, but 2 winners.
Ooh.
Each will receive a pair of tickets. Now, we're going to pick the winner at noon today, so have all of your texts in by noon. You can text as often as you like. And for this contest, you do have to be at least 21 because that's the age you need to be to get into the casino.
Yes.
For complete contest rules, you can visit monstermediayuma.com.
Sounds good.
All right, time for a break here on Today in Yuma. I'm just making up words again. On Z93, Outlaw Country, and monstermediayuma.com. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. Let them take the stress out of doing your business payroll taxes. They're locally owned and operated. They have been since 1986. Give Dave and the folks a call today at 343-1040 to schedule your consultation.
And Sprague Sports is home of Yuma's only indoor shooting range, and they're your hunting and shooting headquarters. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration. They are also family owned and operated. That's what's so amazing about all of our sponsors. Our longtime Yuma businesses.
I love it.
And they've been heating and cooling the Yuma area since 1955. Visit getcoolquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services offers wildlife control like feral cat trapping, snake and skunk relocation, and pigeon extraction. You can give them a call at 928-343-9149, message them on Facebook or Instagram.
We'll be back with Janet Torricellas with the Better Business Bureau after this on Today in Yuma.
Hey, it's our 1-year anniversary, by the way.
Oh, whoop, whoop.
Today in Yuma's 1-year anniversary.
She's just coming up.
Hey there. Come on in.
How are you?
Good. So we didn't even make it on our own day list? Oh, have a seat over there.
Good morning.
Will you do me a favor? I listened to the Spring Spot and tell me what the promotion is this week that we're running, so that way I can mention it on when I talk about this one.
How are you today?
Good.
It's been a busy morning.
Go, go, go all morning long. huh?
That's my life.
Well, with 3 kids, that happens.
Yeah, and I gotta do it all.
It happens with 1, too.
I know, right? You were lucky.
Don't forget you're on Facebook Live.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know, because I gotta say, I did not miss the traffic. Of
Oh, the
trying to
school
drive.
traffic?
Oh.
I was thinking about that this morning.
I have to drop him off over by Cibola, and
It's pretty bad.
I just hold my breath and just
Mm-hmm.
get through it.
Yeah.
Say a little prayer.
It's horrible. It's
Take some coffee with you.
I'm just like, no, if I drink coffee, I'd be like, no.
It helps me relax.
So my husband and I have this ongoing debate, and my mom, I kind of pulled her into it. I'm like, yes, pedestrians have the right of way, but they need to safeguard their own safety.
Oh,
and
no goodness.
I
and
agree.
so often
today-
we are not
So
doing
today,
that.
these 2 students, they park in the neighborhood and they're walking across into Cibola's parking lot. And the guy did not even look. And there's cars coming. I can't go because I'm waiting for the cars. So I'm looking that way. And I don't know if it's his sister or his girlfriend. Don't know who it was. But he's just walking, not even stopping. And I'm like, there's cars.
Yeah.
And she grabs him by the arm and pulls him back. And he looks at her like, what? And she's like, there's cars coming. I'm like,
And he wasn't even on his phone.
and not phone,
Still
no crosswalk.
inattentiveness.
Oh my God. He was just walking expecting the cars to stop. I'm like, God. It drives me nuts. It's not just the people in the
Yeah.
cars, it's the kids too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to
Thank
work
you, Papa.
together.
They take
Papa
their
says
time.
happy anniversary.
Oh, hi, Papa.
Yes, it's our anniversary today. I was reading all the and the on this days on Facebook, like when you did the video telling to watch on Monday and stuff when we first started. I was like, oh,
A year already.
it went by fast.
Yeah, it did. Time flies when you're having fun.
I know, right? When you're busy.
Unless your husband's deployed.
I know, right?
a minute and a half.
It's still good.
Well, about half a minute, 30 seconds.
All right. I'll have to try. Did you already hook my extender up?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I mean, it's on the headphones.
Oh, there it is. Okay, gotcha.
All right, you ready?
Are you ready? That's the question. Okay. I printed this one out too.
I have it.
Okay, I didn't know if you needed it or not. So. Perfect. You're on a roll. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com if you prefer to stream us on our website, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. Now, next up with us in the studio, kicking off 2018, we have Janet Torricellas with the BBB.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Exciting to have you back here because you always have a lot of great information.
Absolutely.
Now, there's a few different things that we're going to talk about today. Just this morning, you sent me information about making sure that some tips to follow to avoid rip-offs during playoffs. We have a lot of big football games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And as with anything, you have the unsavory part of society that might try and take advantage of people.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to be talking about some of the most complained about, not the actual businesses themselves, but the types of business in Yuma County last year. All right, we'll start wherever you wish.
So let's start with buying tickets for playoffs. Obviously, football season, right around the corner. We have people, ordering and buying tickets online. So Better Business Bureau and the National Association of Ticket Brokers have just partnered, and we want to help the community understand, these are the pros and cons and what to look out for when ordering tickets by third-party websites. First of all, purchase from the venue. We recommend if you can go in person and purchase them, that's probably the best. As of now, there's so much stuff going on the internet with fake websites. You don't know if the third party is really legitimate. So if you have that venue in your city, go to it. If not, maybe have a relative within that venue in that city go purchase it for you, just to be safe. Just to be safe.
Well, and I've noticed too, even when you order from the actual official website,
Right.
sometimes there's things that pop up that may not necessarily be offered by the actual stadium itself. Ticket insurances, and they're like, well, thank you. This could they had this ticket insurance, and it's from like a third party, but they make it seem like it's coming from the stadium, and
But it's not.
should I purchase this? Do I need to purchase this? And it comes up right as you're trying to finish your transaction.
Absolutely.
So you get confused, and some people end up falling for it, and then losing that money.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we all want to do everything online nowadays, and but by doing that, there's a lot of scam artists out there. They know how to get to us all. Now it's easier and safer to go in person for many things nowadays. Just to keep your credit card number protected, just to keep you from paying for something you never receive. Especially when they say, well, we'll send you a confirmation of the tickets via email, and you never get the email. And then you try to call them back, and you never get a live person to file a complaint. But we recommend, if you can go to the venue in person, do that. Consider your sources. Know the difference between professional ticket brokers and third party. We also recommend go to our website. Make sure that these websites or businesses are accredited with us. Those that are accredited, they're upholding to our trust that we have out there for them to uphold. And if they don't even find them on our website, maybe stay away from them.
Especially if it's a third party and you're not going straight
Third parties,
to
we
the
want to
source.
be careful with at all times. Always buy from trusted vendors. If you're on the website, go to their About Us page. Maybe they've won some kind of awards. Go to testimonials. Read what people have to say. We're going big with customer reviews right now on our website as well. So we want to recommend people read the reviews. Who's to say you go to a website and everything's negative on there, which sometimes we know how sometimes they can mock those up.
Right.
But just read the reviews.
But on the websites too, sometimes people, unless you have some type of widget added in where it's drawing the positive and the negative reviews from an alternate source, they can restrict and just have only what they want on there. That's what's cool too about some of the social media options too, when you can go and read reviews on a page there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, not necessarily filtered. You're getting what you get, but research. That's so important.
Do your research, and if you're going to do your credit card, make sure that page is secured. Make sure it has HTTPS. Look for a privacy policy. If there's no privacy policy on the third-party website, don't even bother. Move on to the next one. Don't even put your credit card number on a website that does not have a privacy policy, because that policy is telling you that your information will not be shared with a third party, or they might even tell you, okay, this is how we'll share your information. They'll tell you something, but if there's nothing on there, you're not protected.
Beware.
Absolutely.
All right.
The next one, it would be ask about refund and exchanges. Know about these. If you purchase a ticket and if you get a family emergency a day before or whatnot, what is the policy for refunds? Sometimes with third parties, you don't get any. So you lose that money. So you have to be very careful as before you make that payment online. Read about the return policies. If it's vague, call the phone number that's on there. And if that's vague too, go to another website.
That should tell you. That should be your clue
That's
right
a red
there.
flag.
I know a lot of us have just become so used to not reading the fine print about different things, but
We
it's,
have to read the
it's
fine print.
important. I learned that years ago. We booked some rooms.
Right.
I think it was around our 10th anniversary. That tells you how long
Oh,
ago
wow.
that's been now. We were renewing our vows. And this is when some of the different trip websites,
Right.
you know, the lowest price here and there had come out. Well, they were non-cancelable. So
It's very important
we
that
were
we read
kind
the
of,
fine print.
now you have different options, or you can pay an extra $4 a room or whatever to change things if you need to.
Right.
But I'm like, I learned my lesson from that too.
We live and learn.
Yes.
It's a learning experience for us all, but we want to make sure we avoid that live and learn option.
Yes.
But if we have to, we have to.
If we can help someone else not make that same mistake, that's what
Absolutely.
we're here for.
Absolutely. And just, if anyone has bought tickets and they didn't get any and they want to file a complaint, they can go to our website, bbb.org, do it through there, or call us here locally at 919-7940.
I have personal experience with trying to contact. My mother actually bought tickets, and it wasn't from a normal ticket place that I would use to buy for concerts and things like that. And she was having trouble retrieving her emails, so she couldn't get to her tickets. And I had the hardest time getting a hold of somebody at this this third party ticket vendor, and they actually would not let you speak to anybody. You had to put in your number, your confirmation number, and if it did not fall within 24
It's 24 hours before the event.
they would
Wow.
not actually let you speak to anybody. So why
is so
wait to the
strange.
very last minute? And I was worried that maybe she wouldn't get her tickets because I couldn't talk to anybody up until
Right.
24 hours.
Right.
And thankfully, I called I think it was within 24 hours, and they were able to resend me the email to the correct email address and things like that.
Wow.
But I had never had so much trouble, and I was thinking to myself, Mom, if you were going to order tickets next time, just because they're not used to it, they see a site
Absolutely.
that's going to sell tickets, and they think,
And they
okay,
go
this
for it.
is the official site, and it's really not. I coming from experience, if at all possible, do not use those third party because you play hell, really. You
Absolutely.
really do.
You don't know what
With
you
your tickets.
expect.
No,
Yeah.
and,
Expect
and
so.
a lot of us are taken in though. Oh, I can save 20%, or it's a
Absolutely.
huge saving compared to what it might be through Ticketmaster or Vivid Events or one of the big ones that are very
Right.
well recognized.
Right.
But again, you get what you pay for.
You have to look at it this way. You're getting it cheaper, but if you don't get a ticket at all, you lost the whole money.
Exactly.
Especially when you're buying for a group of people, because most of these, some complaints that we might get is because of a group ticket purchase, so you have to be very careful. Yes, they're cheaper, but in the long run, you're going to end up spending more money.
That's true. All right, now this was new information that came in. You wanted to talk about some of the top industries reported to BBB.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw a curveball on that.
Okay.
Because that's it's still trying to be done.
Okay.
But we do have some tips out there for joining memberships
Okay.
with the New Year's resolution and everything else. So we are, we all have resolutions out there. Some of us, just go with a company, or a gym hey, they're offering $10 a month or whatever, or even $1 a month. But we want our consumers to be careful with that and do the research first. Oftentimes we do receive complaints where they applied for a membership and they were not satisfied, but they didn't read the small prints where you can't cancel within a certain amount of time, and if you do, you get I believe it's upfront
extra
charges.
fees,
Yes,
yeah.
extra fees. So you have to be careful with that. Ask about those fees toward the gym before signing the contract. Try to find those that don't have a contract. Just because if something happens, you can kind of ease off away from them.
Right.
And always remember, less expensive is good, but sometimes it's not the best thing because you don't know
You get what you pay
get out
for.
of it.
Exactly.
You get what you
Well,
pay for.
as with
Exactly.
anything else, if you're looking to make an investment on something that's going to be a monthly type of recurring fee,
Exactly.
you want to do your research. Go to the establishments and check out all the different areas. Some
Right.
might offer weights, some might have the aquatic type
Absolutely.
things, but educate yourself on the establishment you're going to.
Absolutely.
I love those ones that, like you said, like $1 a month or
Right.
whatever.
And they're
the case may
awesome
be.
price, but what do you get out of it?
But see, there is the fine print that you don't see. there is a yearly fee that they hit you with, and
Absolutely.
it's somewhere around $200-300 that's owed every May, June of every year that you have to. Yes, you pay $1 a month, but you have an annual fee that goes along with it.
And if you aren't
Absolutely.
expecting that charge the first time it comes
oh
around,
heck yeah!
yeah, just know make again with any purchase that you're looking
Absolutely.
at making.
Just
might
make
think-
sure.
Some may figure, it's only $1 or $10 a month, or even $20 a month, but that's no big deal. But how long are you obligated into that particular contract for?
And you're right with that. So one of the things that we want consumers to do is, again, go to our website, make sure the gym is accredited with us. We do have a few that are accredited here in our area, which is great. But do your research, consider your budget. What can you afford? Some gyms are more expensive, but they might charge quarterly or whatnot, whatever their charges are. But what can you afford? What's within your budget? And also check out the facility again. Go in person before you decide that's the one you want to go to. Do a walkthrough. Do not give in to sales pressure. Some of them might say, hey, do it now and it's a sell today, whatever, and then we'll honor it for the rest of the year. You need to get that in writing.
Yeah, definitely paperwork, because
Exactly.
it might be a different person working at the counter.
And exactly. Anyone promises you anything,
That
get it in
person
writing
may
and have them sign it.
leave. Yeah, that person may
Absolutely.
leave. They may not be in that position.
And it will not be acknowledged.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And then read the contract. If it's a gym that requires a contract, read the whole thing. Sit there. If it's going to take 30 minutes, sit there.
If you don't understand it,
everything,
take it to someone that can help explain it to
Absolutely.
you.
Bring a friend that's an expert on gyms. Bring a friend and have them read it with you. But do not sign it until you understand what's on the contract. And lastly, know the details of the membership. Again, going back to what does it entail? If there's a cancellation, this thing is going.
Yes, it
My microphone is sliding up there.
So if there's a cancellation, know what it entails. If there's any upfront fees that will be charged. If there's no contract, still ask the question about, okay, there's no contract, but what's in it? If I decide to join and then 3 days later I don't like it, do I get my money back guaranteed? What's the options for
Right.
me?
And,
So
and,
do your research. It's all about doing research and asking questions.
and the cancellations. Make sure you
Yes.
are aware. Does it have to be done in person? Do you have to send the
Absolutely.
letter in? And that there are a
Absolutely.
lot of questions.
Just understanding the
answered.
policy.
Yes, and that's the case with anything else. But like we said, New Year, everyone has this vision of new you kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And gyms are very, very popular locations.
Especially New Year's resolution.
Yes.
Everyone wants to get in shape.
The first 2-3 months of the year, they're busy, and then you start to
Absolutely.
see a little bit of that taper off.
Yeah. So again, just go to our website, visit our website, bbb.org, look for local gyms here in Yuma County. We recommend those that are accredited because, again, they uphold our standards. They're committed to, if there's a complaint, they will respond to the complaint and try to work with the consumers. So,
Sounds
All right,
good.
great information.
Absolutely.
All right, our guest today, Janet Torricellas with the Better Business Bureau. We are going to go ahead and take a break. It's time for our Lotus Day Spot and Salon selfie with Janice out in the overcast courtyard. We love it. Chance of rain tomorrow here in
Yay.
Yuma. We'll be back after this break. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. Tax season is coming, and Classic Accounting has over 30 years of tax experience. They're locally owned and operated. They have been since 1986, and they have 2 locations to serve you. Call 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, right now they are celebrating their January gun clearance sale. They have the best selection of used firearms to choose from, with a lifetime warranty. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Love's.
And Quick Refrigeration. They're here to ensure your comfort in Yuma year-round. They offer commercial and residential service, and they also offer 24-hour emergency service. You can visit getcoldquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services, it's still not too late to take advantage of that termite deal. You can get a full year's worth of protection for $125. Some restrictions do apply, so get on over to Facebook or Instagram to get the details.
And watch for another big giveaway that Sandra and the staff have coming from Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services. We'll be back with Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live, courtesy of FTS Automotive, after the break.
Morning, Pete Joe. You're all Vanessa.
But see, that's a good tease.
I know, right?
We're having a holiday.
Look at this. Sit on the fence. Hi.
He's not mad at us.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Fig.
Yeah, put against his will. Smile. You better feed him so he doesn't run away.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Where'd he go?
He hopped over the fence. I'll get his food and
Have
then
a
we'll
good
get
day.
Shara.
You too.
Figgy, Figgy! He's not mad at us.
Oh, he's still mad.
He's mad. He goes,
I hear my ladies.
You're like, I got crunchies.
have Miss Sarah's food for you. Oh, let me get his dish over here.
Come on in. Hello, hello. We missed you. Have a seat.
Good morning. Happy
You are
New
less
Year.
orange than when I saw you last.
Oh, yeah.
I like that color. It looks
good.
Thank you. Thank you. Anita can attest to my adventures in here. Or I should say our.
Yes.
How are you ladies?
We're good. You feeling better?
Oh, my goodness. I feel like I've been resurrected.
We're here on Facebook Live.
And I will say that again. A miracle of modern medicine.
I just
Thank
didn't want you to
you.
provide any specific details.
No.
Glad you're doing better. Yeah. You had pneumonia, didn't you?
It's well, and that's
So
what
serious.
it seems like. That one's gonna be. It's gonna be temperamental today.
Let me see if I
been
can.
surprising
It's gonna
on its
start
own.
sliding up.
Yeah, it keeps.
I think
doing
we need to
that, so-
tighten down here too. I haven't done that one in a while.
I'll watch it.
I
It starts
noticed that a
wandering
lot
off.
of the colds that don't go treated, that don't get treated, are
Go.
turning into pneumonia.
Yeah.
It'll just settle in your chest there.
Yeah, and I had it earlier this year, so I think it's probably been maybe 20 years ago. I got a vaccine supposedly for pneumonia, but obviously they have a lifespan, so I'm definitely going to do that
Yeah.
because I was told by a doctor that once you have pneumonia, it compromises your
Yes.
lungs.
Yes, it does.
So I'm
It does.
twice in 1 year. It's like
I
my
was,
odds are getting much
when
worse.
I was 6 weeks old, I had double pneumonia.
Oh my gosh.
And they ended up flying me from Safford to Tucson. I was up there for a while. And yeah, it was rough. I had a little peach fuzz anyway, but they shaved the sides of my head to put the IVs in up here because I was, little and you flail and stuff, and that was the spot they could put them and knew that I couldn't reach them.
My
But I
daughter
had asthma related issues until I got my tonsils
Same.
out at 8,
Yeah.
which is weird. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, my daughter had asthma or bronchial issues at birth, and she's always been challenged. And I feel like, well, maybe it's because you had your mother's
Yeah.
DNA to work with.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93 Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and FTS Automotive Facebook live feed. Now, next up with us, we have Shara Merten with the Yuma Community Food Bank. Hello, stranger.
Hey, thank you for leaving breadcrumbs out for me.
Welcome back.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back.
I am so glad to be back.
Hey, 2018 is going to be a better year for you.
It already is for me. Good. Fortified.
All right, now we are going to talk about the happenings at the Yuma Community Food Bank.
Well, I'm really excited because this year is our 40th anniversary of the founding of the food bank. So we're going to have some great things coming
That
out.
is awesome.
Isn't it? I was so stoked when I made that reality. I was like, oh, we gotta do some big things for that. So.
Well, it's our first anniversary here today.
It is. We turned 1 today.
You guys are awesome.
It's not 40, but hey, we'll take it.
Exactly.
Getting through a year of anything when you launch something, I think that's significant. So happy birthday.
Thank
And
you.
happy 40th anniversary.
Good, don't we? We've had a lot of things that have gone on in 40 years, and coming from a small house where you had a limited number of volunteers that were going out and getting the food and taking it to specific families that they knew were in need, to now sitting in about 100,000 square feet facility and serving over 26,000 families in a month's time.
Just 1 month. And what some people might not be familiar with, maybe they haven't had to utilize the services of the food bank. You can only go once a month.
It is.
It's not a daily thing or come in weekly.
It's an emergent need, and sometimes those needs are a variety, which I think, to what you're saying, they don't really know what we do. We're not an entitlement. It's for the family that maybe had a house fire. You know, they've lost everything. And so we're going to give them something to tide over for, 3 to 5 days. And that gives them time to be able to figure out what else do they need to do. And we try to provide the information for those services as we hear about people's needs. And we try to listen when we're talking to our clients, because they'll tell you more if you're just sitting there listening. And a lot of them are elderly. They've got grandchildren that now they're trying to raise. Some are veterans. Some of them are working folks like you and I that have had health issues. Doesn't take much to tip it, because a lot of people are working paycheck to paycheck.
They are, and it could be one catastrophic type of situation away from,
being there,
being without food, or not being able to provide payment for your mortgage or something like that. And they're classified as a working poor.
They are, and we're there to serve those that working poor, as well as students. We do a backpack program throughout the school year, and we provide some nutrition to those children that are on the weekends, maybe without their parents because they're working. So, there's a lot of good things that go on at the food bank. And this year our focus is really moving towards education. There's so many of our families that we see a lot of our produce, because we're in produce season, and God bless our ag producers for sharing that with the food bank, because it gets right out into the community, and millions of pounds of fresh, nutritional produce. But you'd be surprised how many people don't know what to do with it.
I could see that.
Is that where the education comes in?
Exactly.
Providing ideas?
It is. And one of the things that we're looking forward to, it's going to come in phases, we're looking at putting in a teaching kitchen.
Ooh,
that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
I think it will work.
Because then they can say, they gave me all this in my box and I can't do anything with it. There's nothing in there that can make even a meal, or what, because you hear those different gripes and complaints. But you can take a box and say, look, this is what you're getting this week, and this is how you can put it to use.
Exactly, and we're looking at it in such a manner that we'll have clients that are going to sign up for an 8-week course, and at the end of each of those teaching sessions, they'll receive additional produce, of which was prepared that day, so they can take it home, because there's so many food-related illnesses that are prevalent in our community. Largely due to culture. Sometimes it's generational. They haven't had someone in their family that's been a cook. So they're using microwaves pretty much, to prepare a lot of their food. So we're kind of like circling it back, to 40 years ago when people actually did. Yeah.
Cook on the stove and in the oven.
Yes, exactly. So we're really excited about that, because I think that's really the direction that you're going to see many of our organizations that are food-based. There's just a huge trend there for people who, one thing is that some of the produce that we're receiving is very highly priced in the grocery stores.
Yes, it is.
Usually the stuff that is good for you is the higher price.
Well, when we were volunteering back in September, there was a lot of the organic stuff, which has a shorter shelf life anyway, too, but there were things that were, what on earth? We went home and had to Google it.
Well, I see some things and I'm looking at the same thing. It's like, what is that? I don't know what that is. How would we prepare that? So that we can help facilitate that with them. But that's kind of the overall culture that we're trying to change, is like give people ideas on how they can use this gift that they're being given by donors to help with their family nutrition. And maybe they may not be able to use that as their lot improves, but if they can and they can expand on it, then maybe we'll change someone's life at some point.
I think it's a good concept, because there's even stuff here I learn all the time from our Foodylicious Janice.
Absolutely.
that I've taken in and been able to provide. I'm not the most fabulous cook. I've made it work.
But that's the point.
But she's got some creative things to do too. That
creative and easy. It really
that's what
doesn't have to be hard.
No, that's what I like. And it's like a lot of it is a matter of patience on my part.
Sure.
I love
in our time.
I know. I love a delicious spaghetti sauce, but I don't have the patience to let everything simmer together and let these savory flavors meld together.
Usually when mine simmers,
I want my spaghetti and I want it now. And my husband will sit, and he's a fabulous cook, and my son too. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to cook that spaghetti up, and I'm going to add a can of spaghetti sauce, and there we go.
Yeah.
But it's, using the crock pot for different things and just stretching some of the stuff also it's a great insight. Now, I've seen a couple instances lately, Shara, where, and I know it involves the winter produce.
Sure.
Different organizations. Okay, the food bank so generally donated this because you guys had such an excessive amount of it, but it does have a shorter shelf life. So you've been looking for whether it's churches to distribute to, and they can let the parishioners and the local area know, pick it up. I ended up with something from a neighbor of mine.
We were in such a crisis mode several weeks ago because we had I can't remember it in my time in the food bank, where you had 2 markets that came at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
And actually came to the food bank, which means there were market compromises there, so it wasn't going to go out being sold, so it was being donated. We were so overwhelmed that there was no organizations left in Yuma that we typically give
That's a
to.
good problem to have.
It
It
is.
is a good problem. It is a really good problem, and it caused us to really stretch our thinking and to network differently within our community. We obviously network with churches anyway,
Right.
but we were looking at our schools.
Oh, perfect.
Ah.
Give it out, please take it. Do what you wish with it. Give it to anybody that can possibly use it.
Oh, yes.
The last thing we want to do is turn anything away, but we were getting very close. And there were times when we accepted it, but we had to waste it because it has that short life.
Which is very unfortunate.
Mhm.
But again, this is where it comes into people are thinking, okay, what am I going to do with lettuce, or what am I going to do with
What
that
am I doing
coleslaw
with
mix?
15 heads of lettuce?
Yes.
Right.
When my neighbor said,
One
hey,
big
yeah.
salad.
Yeah.
My neighbor
Salad
said,
for days.
hey, would you like some lettuce and coleslaw mix? I'm like, sure. Okay, I went over, and she's got a large family too.
Sure.
And she sent me home with just a large amount. And I brought it into the ladies, and I said, okay, there's lettuce in the back. And then Janice brought in big Ziploc bags
Yep.
to spread it all out and give everyone a little mix of everything. But
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I was making salad. My husband's not really a salad guy. And he goes, this is good.
Yeah, we had cantaloupes, melons, back to back with lettuces.
Oh goodness.
Green leafy lettuce. Those are 2 very diversely different crops, and just the challenges of getting them out and how long they each hold. It's a nice problem to have, but it's always, if you're going to wish, you kind of wish for it so it's manageable.
Exactly.
But
Right.
God doesn't always give us that. He gives us what He gives us. And
Right. Well, we also want to encourage people. Some might not be familiar, and this is just in general, washing your produce when you get it. Some think,
Absolutely.
oh, they hose it off at the grocery store. No, they're doing that to keep it hydrated, just keep it moist in general.
Yep.
But you need to wash everything that you get.
I think, as a rule, and I'm old school, back in the day when, it was very diversely different. There wasn't the fencing of the crops. There wasn't the knowledge that we have today that we work with, for food safety. You should always wash. Not only wash your product, wash your hands.
Yes.
Even if
Continually.
it comes in a bag
Triple
already.
washed, we'll
Wash
make
it
it quadruple.
exactly. Exactly.
Yes. Well, I not only think of, okay, maybe it has some residue from the field left on it. If it's something that is open, how many other people have touched that and just, oh, I don't like that. That might not be to my
Or
liking.
sneezed on
Oh,
it.
exactly.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Or
So
coughed on it.
please wash your produce. Okay,
Yes.
we're going to take a quick break here on Today in Yuma. We're going to come back. Shara will stick around.
Awesome.
Talk about ways that you can get involved and help out the Yuma Community Food Bank. This is Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live, courtesy of FTS Automotive. We'll be back after the break. There you go.
I held it back. It's like, oh, I can feel it.
That was my alarm company calling. I don't know.
Yeah.
Please don't send anyone.
God loved the alarm company, but
What's the code?
You know what? I got smart.
Shara knows. Shara, what's the
You know
code?
what I did? Is I
still happens.
I saved the alarm company's numbers. They usually call from like 2 or 3 different ones, and as they would call, I would save them in my phone with the code.
Oh, I should do that.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I'm like, hold on, I gotta get into my notepad here, trying to find my code, and I'm on the phone with them.
Mine's one phone number that they call from.
We're saying a number. I was like,
No. They'll say, okay, what is you remember your whatever? I'm like, is it this? No. I'm like, okay. Well, here's your hint. I'm like, Okay, can you tell me what the hint is? No, but we're going to email it. Okay, which email do they have on file? And I'm trying to minimize the phone call. Pull it up. Grab your phone.
No, I saved the phone number
That's
to
smart.
the
I've
alarm
done that
brilliant.
too.
with the code.
Yeah.
Now, if it's the transmitter code, then I have to go into that. But it's the station one I have.
And see, the transmitter's the one I remember.
Because they call all the time.
You guys are very, very sharp.
I'm
But you
trying.
learn through adversity, right?
Yes.
It teaches you.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like,
Hold on. And they're like,
What is that?
should I
Necessity is the
cancel
mother of
alarm?
invention. There you go.
Gotta figure it out.
No
Otherwise,
charge
I'm
for
like
that one.
scrambling. And it's very nerve wracking, especially when it goes off here, because it is so loud.
It is loud.
You're like, oh my god, oh my gosh, I gotta call them. Which number do I call? Oh,
When we were
goodness.
changing out Boss's battery, it went off. And that was the first time I've ever heard it. And
Did
I was
you
like,
jump sky
battery,
high?
battery. I put the battery back in. Oh my God, it's still going off. I'm on the phone with the alarm company.
Oh my goodness.
Run over to the pad, put it in
It
the
is so loud,
Oh,
and it
man.
pierces your ears.
It is.
There was another show before us, and they would open up this side and not the other side, and you have to disarm each one separately. And you have to go
nice.
to a certain door. Well, I would go to unlock, and I knew the order to unlock it in, but one of the doors was very loose. And when I pulled my key out, it opened, and it triggered. They're on air, and I'm like, sorry. Sheriff's office, that was me.
We're all good. We're good.
Yeah.
Please don't come with guns drawn. It's just us. We're supposed to be here.
Well, one day I was working and it was on a Saturday, and we had a group that was in the conference room. And so, I went in my office, I'm doing things, and all of a sudden,
They opened the door.
no, they knocked on my window in the warehouse, which there's nobody should be in the warehouse. Knocked on there, and I wrung my head around thinking, oh my God, what? Thinking it's going to be like
What is
Twilight Zone of the
this?
airplane.
Right.
It's like, the monster! I looked down at it, it's a police officer, sheriff. And I went, hi. And he had come in through the conference room with the pastor. And so he had a key, so they walked up to get my attention because I wasn't hearing them.
Oh my
We were having some problems with our alarm.
Yeah.
No big surprise.
Well, the doors are a little finicky.
Yeah, they're
They're a lot finicky,
they
huh?
were for a while. We had a span there. Now we're good. Back into the good
Ready?
phase.
Yep. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93 Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live. Now, Shara Merten with the Yuma Community Food Bank has been so kind as to stick around with us. We're just making you make up for lost time.
I realize that, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
Now, we talked about the 40th anniversary this year of the Yuma Community Food Bank and how it's grown tremendously from, that little house
Right.
with volunteers. Now, volunteers are still a very integral part of the food bank.
They are really key to our operation, and one of the things that we are going to start putting out a little bit more on our social media, we're looking at having specific volunteers that may have the time to be utilized as those that could deliver to homebound.
Okay.
So if you're interested in doing that, I want you to reach out to us by calling 343-1243 and just say that you're interested in being knowing more information about being a volunteer to deliver to homebound individuals. And Michelle Merkley is, she's the one who's overseeing that project.
Well, I know that something was in the works, and I don't know if anything's really come to fruition with that. It was like the Salvation Army, how they closed up the soup kitchen on the north end back at the beginning of June. Something about developing more of a South County presence, or even something a little more mobile in Yuma County.
And I think they still are. The new leadership there is almost like what it was, when the Major Hearts were here. Very proactive, and he's getting his feet wet. He has certainly made a big change, I think, in Yuma. You could just see that within the kettle operation this year. So we have said that, whatever we can do to partner with them, because we do provide food to their food boxes because their kitchen is closed. But, yeah.
Well, I know that was one of the reasons that both the Food Bank and Crossroads saw an increase in the numbers that they were serving on a daily and monthly basis at both organizations, because that particular location in the North End has closed down.
Yeah, I think it really significantly impacted Crossroads because of the hot meal preparation. In fact, we've tried to take a little bit different approach that when we're closed on scheduled days, we post up on our door, where you can
The
go.
other alternatives.
Yeah, because
They still need to eat.
they absolutely, food is an absolute human necessity.
Yeah.
Right, and while the food bank is providing a box that you can take home,
Yeah.
if you are looking for
If you're hungry right now,
yes, go down to Crossroads.
go.
They serve three hot meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's 7 days a week. They don't
Sure.
take off for the holiday or anything. They're there if you do need them.
And there's others in the community. One of the other areas that we serve that has grown tremendously has been the San Luis area. We're looking at doing some expansion down in that area because there's a lot of people that work during the day, but they're still in need. So we are in conversations with them. Their city council is very proactive and very supportive of the food bank. Likewise, we want to make sure that we're able to take care of those needs that are in their community and in Somerton as well as in Yuma, Dateland, Welton.
Right.
They're all
Well, some
part
of
of our
those,
service.
those outerlying areas are challenging too. If they are individuals, both parents are working during the day, can't
Absolutely.
get down to the food bank on 24th Street
Yeah.
in order to obtain the services there. But go ahead and give your hours and days of operation.
We're Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And what we're looking at trying to do is listen more to what the needs of the community are because we want to be proactive. We want to see where are we missing those families that maybe have the time. They don't have the time during the day so that we can be able to figure out, do we need to shift some time around? And likewise, the homebound. Hospice of Yuma, John Williams was very articulate one day about how we seem to be better engaged with trying to provide that.
Right.
But it's back to what you said. It's dependent upon volunteers. We have a very small staff. We have 15 people, and it's not enough to be able to go out and provide the services
No.
that are needed in
Because
the
there
community.
are quite a few homebound individuals.
There are, and you have to, you can only do what you can do, but we're really looking, to try to help those that can't get there. And they don't have anybody that they can rely on routinely, because some do, and they'll come in and pick up the food box for them. But for those that don't, we want to figure out how can we help.
All right.
And there's a way for local businesses as well to get involved to collect food for you as well. I know
Food drives.
Food drives, and I know I forgive me. I messaged her to find out if she still has it because I know that they were thinking about taking it down today. But I know Edible Arrangements in the Yuma
Francis
Palms
is
Month,
awesome.
She had a box there, and she was taking donations for the Yuma Community Food Bank as well. And this is something all of our local businesses can do.
Yes, absolutely. Because this is our 40th, we're looking at it as an opportunity to reach out more intentionally to our local businesses to see what they can do to help us. We rely primarily on private donations and local donors, and so every little bit that you can bring in makes a huge impact in our community.
Well, I know a lot of different organizations, groups, school groups, churches like to do drives around the holidays, but there's the need year round.
Oh,
What is
absolutely.
the food insecurity rate in Yuma County?
Right now, they're reassessing it, but it's around 30%.
That means those individuals don't know where their next meal will come from.
That's exactly right. And the childhood rate is also being reassessed, but it's about half of that.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, if you're in any condition to do so, whether it's volunteering your time, maybe delivering some of those homebound meals, or you want to go stuff some bags of produce in the back, we did
Yeah,
it.
produce.
Hey,
Yes.
we went back there and we helped out too.
We have a lot of tomatoes.
I think we should go. This time of year might be better. We won't be as glistening.
Oh yes, we were glistening with the.
Oh, right now is an awesome time to come in.
Yes, that's why we were
Light
glistening
sweater.
with September. A light
It's so
sweater.
strange, the weather. I mean, one
It
day
is.
it's 80 and the next day it's 40. It's like, wow, but we're still better than the East Coast.
And,
Yes,
and
we
Frances did get back to me. She still has her box for a couple more hours. So if you have any canned goods that you can get down to her, she's going to be making her donation to the
Yay,
Community Food
Frances.
Bank.
Now,
Thank you.
how is your roof situation? Because there is, according to my forecast right now, a 60% chance of showers overnight tomorrow morning.
Thank you for that.
I'm just letting you know where your galoshes.
We have identified some of those areas,
Okay.
and so we typically move product out of the way when we know if it's coming.
Okay.
Because we still have, we're in Our building is an old girl. She has a few leaks.
It happens with age. It does. That's a topic for another show.
We'll leave it at that.
We're going to go ahead and sign off with you all today. Thank you so much, Shara. Before you sneak away, we need to take our Lotus Day Spa Salon selfie.
Perfect.
But this is Today in Yuma. We will be back tomorrow. We've got a full week scheduled for you. I just do not have it in front of me, so I will tease it on social media later. Just watch us on Facebook. Coming up on Z93 after the show, that's the Bob and Sherry Show. And on Outlaw Country, all your favorite classic country music. This is Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live, KCYK Yuma, and KLJZ Yuma.
She's got to go flip the switch and then we'll take our picture.
Flip it.
All right, guys, have a great day. Enjoy the overcast.
I wanted to